are the people who manage the NGO. How many ways can that pose a challenge? Any idea? The people who run an organization have not risen through the rank and file, who are not necessarily even familiar with the workings, intricate workings of the organization. What are the challenges for them that result out of it? It should be easy. Yes?
They will have, if they're not in the operations, they will have different expectations about performance and goals.
Unrealistic expectations. Sometimes when for some reason there is some compliance issue with the government or with legal authorities or with even donors, people who give money, and they ask questions to the trustees, because these people are called trustees or board members of the NGO. They are often at a loss. So this is a very important challenge, that when people select board members for an NGO, both sides, that means the people who come on as trustees or board members on one side and the organization on the other, know what to expect. This is very critical. This is also, so therefore this is a very, very important challenge. And the other part of the challenge is, supposing they are taking loans or whatever, then this also, the profile of the trustees, all that is taken into account. But sometimes when the NGO is taking loans from the bank, then sometimes personal guarantees come into the issue nowadays. And then the board members may or may not be willing to pledge their assets. So these are some of the challenges. So this aspect is in favor of having a Section 25 company rather than a typical registered trust or a society. However, typically in India at least, the model so far has been registered society or trust. It is also easier to get income tax concessions, but that imposes far more regulatory hurdles, because you have to function. You cannot, as I said, you cannot invest in mutual funds, shares. You have to grow money in a conventional route. There are only very few avenues to invest. And this is the other side of the coin, that management has to be a challenge. So the person at the head of the NGO, the key person who's sitting in the trust, has a double responsibility. One of running the NGO, ensuring succession planning, all that required of an NGO manager, and managing his fellow trustees on the board, because those guys don't know anything really. So that familiarization is very important. So this is one thing I want to leave with you. Okay, today we will discuss social innovation. So we will have the presentation on Jaipur Foot, if you remember. And with us today, we're very fortunate to have Dr. Sujit Brahmachari. He comes from another IIMC, Indian Institute of Mother and Child. So it is IIMC, but a different IIMC, okay? Has done commendable work in the area of social innovation, but also you will find he's a medical doctor. So he will judge your presentation on Jaipur Foot, and then we will listen to him. He's a mesmerizing speaker and somebody who's built from scratch. So what is social innovation and whatever? Let's move to the group. Yes, so we keep on uploading. Look up your courseware from time to time, please. If you have questions, feel free to ask. Because I don't get it, I don't know whether you're not looking at it or it's too easy. Whichever is the case, it's fine.